What's up, you guys? Godzilla Fan Freaks coming at you today with a figure review. Sorry for the delay on the review on this, you guys, but I'm just going to get straight on into it. Here is the X Plus 30cm Yuji Sakai Godzilla 1989 from Godzilla vs. Biollante. I'm going to skip the box just to skip the box. If you want to see the box, see my video. What day is it? It's Box Day video. So if you want to see the box, that's where you can see it. But I'm just going to go straight on into this review with paint job. The paint job is very well done on this figure. Godzilla is your basic charcoalish, grayish black for his base of his skin. Very nicely applied all the way around on the tail, just on the body. Everything is just very nicely applied. I don't know if mine's the only one that looks this way, but mine also seems to have an extra splash of black, actually, to the face. The face seems a little more black than the rest of the body. But overall, it doesn't hinder the figure in any way. It looks awesome. There are also, I will note from John Stanowski's write-up review on KaijuAddicts.com that this figure also has aquish, kind of turquoise-ish, bluish highlights. And if you have this figure in person, these highlights are almost barely, they're hardly visible to the naked eye. But on John Stanowski's review on KaijuAddicts.com, he took a picture and he used some software programs to enhance these highlights, and they really pop. And then once you see the picture there, if you have the figure in hand, then you can start to see the highlights. But the highlights are barely visible to the naked eye. Moving on, we go on to the dorsal plates. Dorsal plates are very nicely done. They're not a bone ivory-ish color at all, at least on the outside rim. They are kind of like a grayish bone color, which is very almost kind of like a smoky gray. And then on the towards the center of the spikes are pretty much the same color as Godzilla's skin, that charcoal grayish black. And all the spines continue the same color pretty much all the way down, but once you get to the last part here on the tail, they kind of all blend in with the rest of his skin color with a little bit of highlights. But overall, the spines are very nicely done. Next on, we'll go on to the face. The eyes are very nicely done. Hopefully the eyes will get in the camera shot there. But the eyes are very nicely done. The eyes are a very nice brown. They look very nice. As well as the teeth. The teeth are not a clean white. They are a very dirty white to give it almost like a corroded look in the mouth. But the teeth are very nicely painted. And then the roof of the mouth is red mixed in with some blacks and a little bit of purples, as well as the bottom side of his mouth underneath his tongue, and his tongue is a nice purple mixed in with some blacks and stuff. Just very nice paint applications in the mouth and on the face and the eyes. This figure is just beautiful. And lastly on paint job, we get to his claws on his hands and his feet, which range from anywhere from a very darkish brown, blackish color near where they're protruding outwards to a very much lighter, almost like a caramel acornish brown color. But that is very nicely applied both on the hands and the feet. It makes the figure just look all that much more fierce and realistic looking. This is as suit accurate as you can get to Godzilla 89. I mean, it's more accurate than the original 30cm X Plus Godzilla, which we'll get into in a bit. But next on is pretty much the sculpt and the detail. The sculpt is pretty much, Godzilla's in mid-step, so he hasn't even fully taken a step yet. He's in that mid-step walking motion. Looks very nice. It's very well defined and everything, just the mouth open and all that stuff. The detail is beautiful on this figure. Yuji Sakai did a superb job. All the detailing in the skin and the chest, on the fingers, just everything is just very nicely done. I love all the definition and the indents on the thighs and in his abdomen area here and along the arms and the neck. It's just all beautifully well done. Each spine has individually been taken care of as far as sculpting goes. Yuji Sakai did an excellent job paying attention to each spine on the 89 suit and just did an excellent job. The snarl is great. Godzilla's nose is there. His ears, just everything about the face screams 1989 Godzilla vs. Biollante. The tail is actually really long, but it's pretty much as long as your normal 30cm figure, except it doesn't curl as much. It's almost pretty much straight out. That's why some people have mentioned that the tail looks to be a little longer, but that's because it's more straight out. It doesn't have too much of a curve going to it. Godzilla's feet, the way he's stepping and everything like that, all of that is molded very nicely and it's just beautifully sculpted. Some people have complained about the teeth, saying the teeth could have been a little sharper and everything like that, and they look dull. On mine, they don't look too bad. I like the way the teeth on mine came out. They don't look too dull. They have a good amount of sharpness to them, and I think they will just look great. And overall, though, I mean, just everything about this figure, sculpt, detail, paint job is just beautiful. Next, we'll move straight on into comparison, pretty much. Not really scaling, but comparison. Here he is compared with the original X Plus 30cm Godzilla 89. Now, the first thing you notice is this guy's a little shorter. He's not a true 30cm, even though he's part of the 30cm sizing. He's about probably 28 centimeters, somewhere in there. So he's pretty much just like a head shorter than his original X Plus counterpart. But each figure looks fantastic. I mean, the only thing that you can really notice is, of course, this guy's a little shorter, and also his whole body proportions and his definition of his whole body is a little smaller. Everything is downsized. The spines, the head, the hands, the leg, the bodies, the feet, even the tail is, downsized, as far as, radius and everything like that. But overall, it does not hinder this figure at all. For suit accuracy, definitely the Yuji Sakai 89 wins. This one has a little bit of a stylized version of the 89, not much. But overall, both figures look great. The only thing I will say that one is superior to the other with is the eyes on the original, I think, are much better done than on the Yuji Sakai. Just different kinds of shadings of brown in there and all that stuff. So the eyes win on this one, and as far as suit accuracy goes, this one wins that battle. But overall, both figures look great, and I'm happy to be an owner of both the original X Plus 30cm Godzilla 1989 and the newly released Yuji Sakai mold X Plus 30cm Godzilla 1989. They are both fantastic to have in a collection. I have these guys both standing next to each other on my shelf. They look fantastic. That's all I want to do with this guy. But overall, I have no complaints with this figure. Some people did pass on him eventually or canceled their orders just because he was too small. Some people, I don't mean to be mean or anything, but sometimes people are just a bit too nitpicky. But hey, that's their choice. I mean, if he's a little too small and you want him to fit in good with everything else, that's perfectly understandable. But in the end, if you passed on this figure, I want to say you might regret it. He's beautiful looking in hand. He looks amazing. A lot of people had some other issues that they discussed that's why they passed on him. But really, pictures and video do not do this guy justice. You need to have this guy in hand to really appreciate it. It just looks beautiful. And in the end, you guys, no figure is going to be perfect. Any prototype pictures or any prototype promotion pictures of figures from X Plus or SH Monstarts or whatever, nothing is going to look exactly like the promo pictures of the prototype did. But the figures are good nonetheless. Nothing's perfect. And in conclusion, you guys, I hope I didn't skip anything. Thank you again to James for sending me this figure. I'm happy to have it in my collection. The Godzilla 1989 is one of my favorite Godzillas, and I love this figure. I'm very happy to have it. In conclusion, you guys, we are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Like always, please comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video review. Thank you for watching.